falls. Why? Space is a point whose ground is the sky. The fall is a bee within every cause. The fall play that leads to a pregnant pause. The fall is a sum that calculates naught. The witness to every derangement of thought. The fall is a void that gave birth to the spark. In the eyes of both parents, naked in the dark. That gave life to that being that calls itself I. Gaia, Uranus, the earth and the sky. The brilliant punchline preceding the joke. A worldly wise shell needs an innocent yoke. A way where there's none, because always a one. For the ether that breathes when the logos was spoken. And falls fall through cracks so the cosmos is broken. And all explanation is frivolous. Token. A throwaway gag that becomes rather choking. Oh, come with me now. You know I'm a
The formula of creation. That which is can only be self. All that has being is I, supreme, created by will. Isness the space surrounding selfhood's point. All that is I has being, supreme, sustained by will. Selfhood the point, projecting isness, space. Will is the innate quality of self. There can be no other. All is self exploring within. I plus will equals B equals I. B equals I, N plus 1 equals I, N plus will equals B equals I. Will is the nature of self. Nature is action over time, exploring recursion. I plus will equals B equals. Thus is man made in God's image. No, there, will, keep silent. Go, crazy wisdom, foolish insight, pure madness. A Mebius strip of nonsense, lost in the fractals that bloom throughout the liminal threshold between the infinite appearances and narrative. Now sing, I will be that I will be, the first unborn, undying, preceding possibility. I am, will be, uncaused, untrying, this effortless infinity, boundless, beyond knowing, perfect in eternity. This universe, the growing of the light by which you know me in your heart, without denying that you might have played a part in virgin mothers crying for the fool, taking the journey, being bound by and untying all these dreams of separation from the one, unborn, undying. See, the fool springs forward like rabbits at Easter, refined by his ears but compelled like a beast. You see, from the Latin follis, bag of wind, amoral adventurer, sainted and sinned, lacking dimension, eliding all form, arriving from nowhere to summon a storm like Yahweh of old. Should the fool be so bold to descend through the three sacred veils as told by the great Kabbalists and the Maenads, all pierced, all seeking alchemical gold? Ecstatic or serious, ever mysterious, seeking alchemical gold. To define such fine wine with a label divine as it may be and should so aspire is just oxymoronic, infrequent yet chronic, the lowest that somehow is Dionysus, Apollo, which madman to follow from frying pan into the fire? Let's go higher. Let's go. Adding the fool to your school or your doctrine is just adding zero to something. Nothing changes or rearranges. Distant friends remain strangers, expecting exchanges, including no thing to your stuff can be dangerous. Trust. But marry the weirdo, transcend all your fear, though demonstrably prove the error of Lear. So from nothing comes something, or so it appears. And again, calm your mania, assuage your fears. Oh my God, it's so steep! At the cliff edge, leap! And then, true zero, become as you must, thyself, unmasked, unveiled, but just. Whole universe, thyself, true zero, become.